Number 8. Great white shark versus orca. For a long time, great white sharks were believed to be the most dominant predators in the ocean. However, recent evidence has revealed that orcas are particularly skilled at hunting great whites. These highly intelligent creatures will generally target the fish's liver, which they'll remove and consume with surgical accuracy. Aside from bashing and biting the great white, another orca killing technique involves holding the predatory fish upside down until it suffocates. While it doesn't possess the great white's serrated teeth and overall ferocity, the orca owns an extremely powerful bite to match its physical strength. It's also considerably larger than the great white and known for cooperative hunting. A pod of orcas may even take on a blue whale, the largest animal in existence, and they're the only creatures known to do so. When a pod of orcas start hunting in an overlapping region, the solitary great whites will usually seek out other feeding areas. Number 7. Jaguar versus black caiman. Large crocodilians tend to dominate the food chain wherever they're found, with virtually no challengers. The black caiman is the largest apex predator in the freshwater environments of South America, and it can claim most animals in its range. The robustly built crocodilian lies in wait at the edge of water and swiftly delivers a devastating bite to its victim, which is then dragged below the surface. Still, even such an imposing force of nature can become prey under the right circumstances. The jaguar, while generally smaller than the black caiman, which can reach over 1,000 pounds, is an apex predator in its own right. This feline is extremely athletic and pound per pound owns the strongest bite of all big cats. While the black caiman is hard to overcome in water, the jaguar has the advantage of attacking from above. An exceptional climber, the big cat can ambush the caiman by jumping from trees with its paws outstretched. It will use its strong forelimbs to grapple the caiman while sinking its teeth into the crocodilian's vital regions. There's even been a report of a large male jaguar prevailing against a 12-foot-long black caiman. Still, creatures larger than that will generally overcome a jaguar. Number 6. African lion versus spotted hyena. While the lion does compete with leopards, cheetahs, or African dogs, the spotted hyena is arguably its greatest natural foe. The two beasts will roam the same territories, go after similar prey, steal each other's kills, and kill each other's young. They're known to act aggressively towards each other, even when there's no food at stake. In single combat, the lion's superior strength, size, and athleticism mean it will emerge victorious. Still, it's worth mentioning that the spotted hyena has one of the most powerfully built skulls in the animal kingdom and delivers a more forceful bite. Some studies on its intelligence have concluded that when it comes to problem solving, it outperforms chimpanzees. That being said, if a lion clamps down on the hyena's neck once, the fight is over. A single male can scare off an entire hyena clan. Both the spotted hyena and Africa's largest feline are pack hunters and tend to fight each other as such. Barring the intervention of a male lion, a spotted hyena clan will generally prevail against the lionesses if they outnumber them 4-1. Number 5. American bison versus grizzly bear. The grizzly bear is the king of its North American range, with few natural adversaries, with the exception of the gray wolf. However, that's exclusively due to the latter's pack behavior, as individually a wolf is no match for a grizzly. With all physical attributes maxed out, one creature, however, is capable of crushing the bear. The American bison is basically a living snowplow. Its gigantic horned head is anchored by an enormous muscular hump. While bears might target bison herds to isolate calves or the old and sick, they'll almost never go up against a full-grown bull. Unusually heavy grizzlies might reach 1,500 pounds, but an exceptional bison bull is nearly twice as heavy as that. It will also know from an early age how to use its curved horns in a fight. The creature is also surprisingly nimble for its massive build. The bison can pivot quickly and sustain a run at 40 miles per hour. To make a successful kill, it will charge the grizzly with its skull, gore the beast with its horns, and likely trample what's left of the body. As with all fights, there are plenty of variables, and the grizzly may still flank the bison and deliver a fatal neck bite. Still, as the largest land animal in North America, the bison is likely to be given a wide berth. Number 4. Amur tiger versus brown bear. Brown bears are built for power, own massive claws, a bone-breaking bite, and a highly developed sense of smell. They rarely back down from a confrontation, not that they have many natural predators. That being said, in the Siberian wilderness, the Amur tiger is known to actively pursue brown bears. It's a clash of two apex predators that historically has favored the tiger. A natural reserve in Russia's Far East has observed 44 direct confrontations, 22 in which the tiger prevailed, and 12 in which brown bears emerged victorious. While the brown bear is larger and arguably stronger, the Amur tiger has an edge because it can ambush from an overhead position. The attack unfolds with the feline grabbing the bear's throat with one forepaw and its chin with the other. The Amur tiger then makes the kill by forcefully biting through the bear's spinal column. Number 3. Hippo versus Nile crocodile. In terms of apex status, the Nile crocodile has no challenges on the African continent. These patient killers will stalk for hours, days, or even weeks at the right spot, waiting for the perfect moments to strike. The grip of a Nile croc's jaws is nearly impossible to loosen, as the beast can apply elevated levels of force for extended periods of time. They're even known to prey on the continent's large felines, although they generally have a relationship of mutual avoidance with the big cats, since they prefer less agile victims. Exceptional croc specimens will attack giraffes, black rhinos, or even young elephants. A solitary hunter, the Nile crocodile is the only creature known to take on adult Cape buffaloes on its own. In spite of its predatory prowess, there is one animal that the Nile crocodiles will usually stay away from, even though they swim the same waters. The hippopotamus is one of the most aggressive and powerful creatures in the animal kingdom. Despite being a herbivore, it owns massive canines and incisors used exclusively for combat. The hippo can open its mouth at almost 180 degrees and clamp down with a crushing 1850 psi. There have been reports of very large hippo bulls biting crocodiles in half. With superior size, strength, and the added support of its group, the hippo is among the very few creatures that the Nile crocodile will avoid. Today's topic was inspired by Christopher Niles. If you have any other topics that you'd like to learn about, subscribe and let us know in the comments section below. Number 2. Walrus versus polar bear. As both the largest bear species and the largest land carnivore, Ursus maritimus is one of nature's best designed killing machines. The polar bear is characterized by the same deadly attributes as other bears on our list, with some terrifying additions. It's a prolific swimmer, as one bear was recorded swimming continuously for 9 days in the frigid Bering Sea. Its killer instincts are refined, since it feeds exclusively on meat, unlike the omnivorous diet of other bear species. The polar bear's canines are longer and sharper than a brown bear's, while its stocky claws provide excellent grip on the ice. Even though this animal is a superb apex predator, one creature will more than hold its own when confronted by a polar bear. The walrus's body is defined by rippling muscles, while its saber-like ivory tusks can grow to be over 3 feet long, which is considerably longer than a samurai's katana. The walrus is at least twice as heavy as the average polar bear and also possesses extremely thick skin. Large males are basically invulnerable to polar bear attacks, and the tusks are used as formidable weapons. An adult walrus will even successfully defend itself against an orca, which is why the killer whales will usually only go after walrus calves. Most often, the bear will charge a group of walruses in hopes of separating a young one from the pod, since battles with adults are exhausting and rarely end in the bear's favor. Join the They Will Kill You team by rocking the latest merch from theywillkillyou.com. Order yours today to be one of the first to spread the word. Number 1. Lion versus tiger. The question of who would win in a fight between the lion and the tiger has been haunting humanity ever since we became aware of both species' existence. In the Colosseums of ancient Rome, battles between these beasts were common, and the tiger usually prevailed. If individual creatures were to be confronted in single combat, at their absolute maximum recorded weights, the Amur tiger still has about 200 pounds over the Barbary lion, believed to be the largest of its kind. These are pounds of explosive muscle which the tiger will use to its advantage, since it tends to be more flexible, as evident from its superior swimming skills. In males of similar size, science gives the edge in bite force to the tiger. This feline has longer canines and bites with slightly over 1,000 psi, while the lion bites at about 600 psi. Still, the lion's mane offers redoubtable protection, so the attacks have a harder time getting through. And a mere tiger's coat is also considerably thick, and his body is insulated with fat since it needs to survive a harsh and cold climate. The tiger's paw swipes are more dexterous since they can strike with both forepaws up, while the lion will usually keep 3 limbs down when swiping. Perhaps the real distancing factor is killer instinct. As a solitary hunter, the tiger is simply more vicious, doesn't play fight, and goes directly for the kill. Yet even with all these aspects taken into consideration, there are extensive variables that make a clear-cut victor difficult to determine. Thanks for watching. Who do you think would win a fight between a polar bear and a silverback gorilla? Let us know in the comments section below.